Shout out. Can you guys hear me now? Don't forget to smash those like buttons. What about the volume? Is the volume up now? People were saying they couldn't hear me. Is the volume up now? Somebody let me know. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Marlena Williams. Shout out to the postmaster. What's up, Mo? What's good, bro? Curtis Ulam. Yeah, okay. The sound is good. All good. Good, good, good. Eyeball Torres. Good, 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 good. We were supposed to have Bry-Dog on, and I don't know if he's going to be able to make it in. He's always having phone trouble. Right on, right on, on. So today was an amazing day. I was actually able to go over 108th and Stanford. I got all the original crypts that was carved into the concrete. I think Marcellus told me that happened in 1972. So I got that. I'll get to that in a couple of days. But what I wanted to do was address the brother Boxer. Well, he's not Boxer, just Bozo and Gunner. I think Gunner is a Northano. He's from the north, and Bozo's out of the south. And the situation with Big U that he claimed he knocked out 32 Serranos or whatever. And I thought it'd be a good time to chime in and talk about that. You know what I mean? Because we all know that. I mean, at least I know that that's probably virtually impossible for that guy to achieve that level of knocking people out. Come on, man. Let's be honest. You know, I think that was just a little bit much on his behalf. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't there, and I really can't explain it. But I will try to delve into get my point of view on the circumstance and what I feel about that. Yeah, yeah, Bozo, right? Give my point of view on it. So first, we have to understand that the one guy, Bozo, he talked about respect. He talked about getting over different feelings and not being prejudiced and all that. He said a lot of different stuff, right? So, and he also talked about that we are prejudiced as a people, right? First, what I want you to understand, Bozo, let me help you out on your history, bro. First of all, before 1519, there was no such thing as a Mexican, okay? You as guys was born in what is known as the North Americas, the Americas, which was by a guy, Amigo Vespucci, who happened to be a Christopher Columbus type of fellow, that where the conquistadors conquered the Americans. They were European descent, Spanish speaking white people, right? They came from Spain. So those people sailed across the waters over into the Americas and conquered what was known as the Aztecs, the Mayans, and the Incas, which all around the Americas, South America and North Americas, right? Then literally the name Mexico means it's in Tahuti. The term derives from the Messi. Therefore, Mexico name means to place into the center. The Aztec built the temple of Tenochtitlan. Tenochtitlan is in the middle. It means to be in the middle of the moon, right? So with all these terms, and you try to understand yourself as who you are and where you derive from. First of all, bro, get that part of your history right, and then you can move forward in some of the things you had to say and address in regards to black people. We were enslaved. Our people was bought about through chattel slavery, brutalized, stripped of culture knowledge, diet, and various things to help us grow as a people. So we really started at a deficit as a people. We weren't allowed to do certain things, but you guys had the same circumstance, but was what you were able to do was at some point rid yourselves of your dialect and take on an English persona, and you was able to immerse yourself into the American culture. A lot of you guys, when you even go down and apply for jobs, you don't put down Mexican, you put down white. So as we get on to the prisons, right, and try to understand that what happens in the prison, you talked about, you kind of dance around the fact that Mexicans, it's okay for Mexicans to snitch on black people. That's a true statement, bro. Very true. You danced around it. You didn't address that. Secondly, the ideology that you guys follow came from what is called the MA, right? The Mexican Mafia. But what you guys interview with Bozo, I would love to interview Bozo, but I want it to be where we intellectually respond and not emotionally react. So, and this is why I'm doing what I just, I'm giving you a little bit of history because I know about Mexico and Tehuti and the Tenochi, the Temple of Tenochi was built by the Aztecs, which means to be the center. And I want him to understand that it's a lot deeper. So when you went to prison, right, and you took on these identities, what you did, you took on the identity of white supremacy. The white supremacy that was interjected into the MA Constitution or however they explain it, whatever their protocols were, because you guys followed behind a guy that was named Joe Pegleg Morgan. He was Croatian. He was not Mexican. So therefore, he imprinted into you guys or indoctrinated you on a white supremacy. But you guys don't want to deal with that. So therefore, when you guys speak about hate, it's not us with the hate, bro. The hate came from you guys. We don't go around spray painting on the wall, in killers and all this different stuff, because I got let's see, we got Leonard, we had uh, Nancy, Candy, Bertha, Rab, Chewy, Juju, his whole family. A lot of the guys that claim Willow Street in my particular neighborhood in Santana, right? We grew up with those guys. Those guys actually claimed Santana. They never had a problem with black people, period. But however, sometimes your people, right? Your guys will be one way with us on the streets, but in the pen, you're a whole different set of people based on peer pressure. Peer pressure. And I just wanted you to understand that, bro. And I'm not trying to be rude. And I know good well that Big U did not knock out no 32 Mexicans with no knives. I know that. That's impossible. Come on, man. That's Superman stuff. You know what I mean? And I thought I've been listening to you guys, and I don't think he responded to either Bozo or the other brother, Gunner Norteño, right? And allegedly he's a dropout, so therefore he don't count. He can't, he can speak all however he want to speak, but technically, if his people were knowing, they wouldn't even allow him to do what he's doing or say what he's saying. You know what I mean? But you guys then, by you letting Joe Morgan affect your constitution or affect what you guys believe in, he interjected his ideology into it. It causes you to splinter away from the northern Mexican. You guys are one and the same people, so don't talk about hate. So my other problem is with your young people, right? Your young people now understand that a lot of things that you guys are trying to teach them and get them to sign up for was BS, right? So now they're not joining up with that. They're either going to the military, joining the police academy, going to college, or they following all this hip hop and saying bro, and using the N word. 100 miles are going. They also they also are becoming. There's a percentage of them that's just gay, bro. You know, they're gay. You know what I mean? A lot of them is turning gay. They're not signing up to become a Sereno or become part of that mafia. So you guys' numbers are dwindling fast. So that's why you see so many dropout yards. So many of you guys wanting a broker piece and all this other stuff. That's fine. I mean, that's good. I mean, I think that's good for the culture because what you guys fail to understand, we're one and the same. Whether you brown, black, we all grew up in the same communities. We all suffer from the same circumstances. We were all brutalized by the weaponized police department, weaponized by white supremacy. So we have to take that into account. Shout out to Seti Nash, man. Thanks for chiming in, bro. I was CEO at Calipatria, and the Mexican definitely can't do no type of business with blacks. Absolutely. None. But that, what is that? What is that, Don? That is a white supremacist ideology. So if you got a guy, Joe Morgan, that's sitting at the top of the food chain in the Mexican mafia, I'm saying Mexican, what is the ideology? The ideology is a white supremacist coming from a Croatian guy. He's not Mexican, but yet he's set at the top. So you gotta take that into account. And I think when Bozo and both Bozo and Gunner, when they speaking, they didn't take it into account. They was gonna get somebody that knows the Mexican history, knows that Cortez and the conquistadors conquered that part of the Americas, which was explored by an Italian explorer by named Vespucci, sorry, Vespucci, right? He's a Christopher Columbus type. And then when you get around to Tenochtitlan, the temple of Tenochtitlan that was created by the Aztec, they created that that temple because it sits in the center. It sits in the center, so they wanted to be able to send it. I don't know all the what it entails and follow it, why they did it, but it was supposed to be able to see it from the moon. Now, why that's important, right? They knew something that we don't know today as humans. I mean, as mankind. So those things are lost. When even when you get to the Mayan ruins and all these different things, you have to understand that these people was highly, highly functional and intelligent, but they was not conquered by the Spaniards up until 1519. These people in what we call the so-called Americas did not speak Spanish. They killed the men, enslaved the women and children, and made babies with their women. That's what happened to them, and that's how you get Mexicans. So when you get into that, Don Pochi, Jesus, Pico was a California politician, ranchero, entrepreneur, famous for serving on the last governor of California under the Mexican rule. He was African American. See, so there's a lot more to this. There's a lot more to this, bro. When you guys, and then when you try to say that we were prejudiced, and then the one guy Bozo was talking about that your people was particularly small and in stature and thing. Black people was so that in that self, that was, you was speaking in fear, bro, because you saw a people that was mighty, muscular, and just what I mean. There's, if you go look at it and you break down in the genetics in the makeup of African American, we are very muscular people. We have more muscle tissue than any other group of people on the earth anymore. That's why you don't see too many. You don't, what I mean. Nowadays, you have what we call anabolic steroids that pretty much can put muscles on anybody. But during the time where you just have to eat to get muscles and do and exercise, we were just, that's just who we are, bro. You guys don't like us. Very disrespectful towards us when you get in numbers. But at the same time, when it's just a couple of you guys are very humble, you very guys are very hospitable, you guys are very respectful people. And that's the people I love right there. But when you get in numbers, then things changes and throw your weight around because of that. You know what I mean? Because of the numbers, and you feel that you want to label the water fountain. That's white supremacy, bro. You got a water fountain, you got a weight bench, that's white supremacy, bro. Understand what you're doing. When you're allowed to tell them what makes black people and it's okay, that's part of the white supremacy ideology that has been instilled in your people. And you just, you're wrong on some points and you're right on some points. When you're right on the point that nobody's knocking out no 30 people, 32 people with knives in their hand. That's just not happening. Nope. Slip, traffic talk. That's my guy. Bang, what's up? Dude, Bozo don't know his ABDs. Jump in here, Slick. Well, Slick, you ain't never been to the pen. I don't know what you could add to this. Slick is a prime example of someone that is immersed himself into our culture. We accept him. We call him, we don't look at him no different. No different. We don't discriminate against him. You know what I mean? Do anything that would hurt his feelings or anything like that. You know what I mean? We got a real good level of respect for Slick. We know what he is. We know where he come from. But, you know, we choose to be with and who he sides with. That's his business. That's his choice. Right on, man. Segregation. These immigrant groups are jealous of the fundamental black American. Well, I don't, maybe, I don't know. I just know that when they go into these institutions, they change, and it's peer pressure. It is pressure from what they feel would happen to them if they don't, you know, if they do get caught communicating with us or showing that they show us some love. You know what I mean? It just get different in that. I mean, I don't have people that I've known all my life, and I saw them in that thing. Man, they acted different, real different. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna call their name. You know what I mean? But that's just what it was. When we all realized that we were all being effed over and bringing it together as we protest together, black to back on when or against the police together. I mean, yeah, definitely. I'm a South Sider. Yeah, whatever. Hopefully you can sit down with Bozo and speak on it. Yeah, that would be really good, bro. That'd be really good because I would love to break down, the heritage and how all this stuff came about. You know what I mean? And let him know that he's embraced over here by the hood postman. You know what I mean? Man, I love tamales. I eat tacos, tamales, burritos, enchiladas. I love that Mexican culture. I love that food. But here's another thing that gets me too. They'll play our music, participate in all the sports we do, all the things we do. You know what I mean? And then still say F the end, and all that, and talk all that stuff, man. Even write it on the wall, kill it ends, and just all the kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Shoot innocent people. You know what I mean? That doesn't have nothing. Not even gang members. They do all kind of stuff that's heinous. That has a ideology and a tone of white supremacy attached to it, and they ignore that. They ignore that, but it's so clear to us where it's coming from. It's clear to us. It's clear to us where it comes from, but not necessarily clear to them. It's just like they try to ignore it. What would you do for a view? Fun facts: Mexicans got the term food from. Yeah, yeah. That be true, bro. AJ Supreme, how you doing, man? How you been, bro? Right, we have a identity crisis where it makes them ride the fence. Yeah. So what are some of you guys' thoughts on some of this stuff? I like to hear some feedback, you know. Because over here we like to intellectually respond before we emotionally react. And I think that it was past my time. I want to address it. I tried to get Bry-Dog in here but he having so many issues with his phone, and he hasn't been able to figure it out yet. So sometimes I got to come at it and just address their politics, ally them to the Aryan Brotherhood. Yeah, and push the segregation based on color to print us as an enemy. That's how they exhort their own people. Yeah, that is how they extort their own people. But they don't understand that is the ideology that they pushing is white, that of white supremacy. Anytime you allow Joe Morgan, Peg Leg Joe, who was clearly Croatian, he was not Mexican, born in San Pedro, went to the pen and became one of the top guys in the Emmy. And that ideology that they push in it, if you came in there and you belonged to 13 this, 13 that, if you was CB3, Largo, if you T Flats, 155, whatever you was, you Weemoss, White Fence, Big Hazard, whatever, Weemoss, all that. You come in there, you was going to get served. You had to ride under that ideology, and it was that of white supremacy. And the white boys weaponized you guys in order to fight us. See, they had a masterful plan if you really think about it, because they weaponized the brown people to fight the black people. So this is how you get the CCOs and the blue notes and all. They hardest battles in the pen was with the CCO. And if they deny that fact, then I don't know what to tell them. You know, you know what, man? Every time they see you one of them Latinos, bro, now trust me, man. All you gotta do is look around, man. You will see the disgust on their faces. Yeah, yeah. Well, they go down now by Better Cruz and Acapulco. There's some really, really extreme dark Mexicans down there. Go down there. You go down there, you'll see them. Some of them as black as a tire, man. It's time for peace and let go of the past. How we do that, bro? What does that look like? Hope. What does that look like? Because in my mind, history is medicine for a sick mind. Because within history, there's a variety of human experiences that you can teach and learn from. Ain't that right, Willa? Yeah, well, wife was passing by. But anyway, what about the black hand? They get that from the Italian mafia. It's white supremacy, bro. I don't care how you configure it, how you label it, man. Shout out to them Warriors for pulling that last minute win off, man. That's just what they do, man. Them Warriors is that's they really live up to that name, man. They fight hard. Veracruz, Mexico is where most of the African and Mexican condos are. Yep, that is, man. That is Asiatic Supreme once again on target. But him said, damn, Mel, this is to me is the best show you ever done. Hey man, I just try to improve upon, you know what I mean? Today, we had Al Prophet, man. I had a great time with him. I also went over there and got y'all gonna see it, man. When I showed you guys these sidewalks with all these names, it was Mac Thomas, Mad Dog, Monto, Black, uh, Bull, Mad Bull, you know what I mean? Marcellus, all their names right there. Boom, 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 boom. It had the old CC where you had the line with the C right here and the C right here with the line then the old way they used to do it. And you had the east side, the original east side. All what it said was all the Crips. That's what it said. The heading of the sidewalk said all the Crips, right? And then I saw a west side up there, and I saw the Compton Crib, and I saw the east side. Yeah, it was really amazing that I saw it, and I know where it's at, and it was right there where Big David Clark, Mad Dog, grew up at. Just man, I was so happy to see that bit of history. You know what I mean? Because that was a history that's still around. You know what I mean? Here it is, 2022, and that history is still right there. Once you go black, you never go back. Slick, I think we changed the name to Rosecrans Traffic Talk because Traffic Talk is actually a podcast that's you won't be able to use it, bro. I don't even know if that's slick saying that. That might be somebody that's using it. A lot of these essays in Compton and Watts and South Central don't be with that racial BS because they grew up in the same community, but under the pressure of their politics, they will be forced into participate. And that was my point. They're one way on the streets and another way in the pen, bro. Yeah, that's it. Raymond Washington stopped being a what? Raymond Washington stopped being a denier. A denier of what? I was told by a source Big U knocked out 5/13 a riot in Lancaster, and it took 10, 15 rounds to get him down. Hmm. Now that sounds more plausible. But 32, Aldrich, 32, nah. 32, man, you'll get tired fighting two or three dudes, let alone 32. You know what kind of shape you would have to be in to fight 32 people? That's Bruce Lee movie type stuff. Jill Kelly movie type stuff. All blessings to the chat. Professor Many Mail, 5 planets are lining up tonight. I took my great niece out inside with the blockers to see and all of them. Right, right, right. What's happening, baby James? I'm on live right now. Keep it moving. What's happening, Lisa? Okay, fight 32 in 6 minutes. Nah, I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. It's just not doable, bro. Man, you guys be sure it's 160 something people in here. Press the like thumbs up, man. It don't take but a minute. You know what I mean? I may continue to do things at this time and keep on this line right here because I think people are more relaxed. I'm not gonna do any more lives when I know the basketball game on because that don't work well. You guys will run to that basketball. Because we had Danita, Danita Bishop gave some great information on how to deal with when you get in trouble. One of the number one things she said, keep that mouth shut, zip it, don't say a word. But you guys can go back. It's called Danita Bishop. Go back and listen to what she said. It was great information. Denzel Shabazz ain't none wrong with. Okay, well, let's look at the term race. What does that mean? Race means competition, right? That's what literally what it means. See, I'm not tripping off the fact that all the spirit in love and war, because if it wasn't, men wouldn't conquer other men, and men wouldn't conquer lands, right? But what I'm saying is when you start trying to make an amends for it or try to put it in the context like you wasn't under some type of ideology or white supremacist ideology, and you were just, on something totally other than what it is, then that's problematic for me. I want to call it out. I want it to be explained in the way it should be explained. Especially when you're trying to say my people are racist. It's impossible for us to be racist. We were taken from a whole nother continent and brought to here. Or some people say some of us was already here. I don't know all that. All I can do is look at the information, read it, and find my own conclusions on that. I can listen to people say this and say that, but if I don't go study it and come to my conclusions based on my understanding, because a lot of these people are cognitive dissidents. They have cognitive dissonance where they take two belief systems and they'll disagree with their own set of circumstances. You know what I mean? They disconnected from it totally. We only be we can only be prejudiced. That's true. But we can't be racist, bro. We can't be racist. We can be prejudiced, but we can't be racist. And white supremacy is racist. We don't have the power to be. We don't have the power to be racist. Kai Kai. Kai Kai. Yeah. Kai. Kai. Grandson just arrived. Sorry about that. Yeah, so that's where we at with this, try to understand this in the full context. Again, Tenochtitlan is the name of the Mexico. Well, it means to be literally in the center. It's a temple that the Aztecs built, but the name Mexico is Nahuti. Nahuti means the term derived from a Metzi. Therefore, it means Mexico sitting in the center of something. It be placed in the center. So, but the Aztecs had this thing about being placed in the center of the moon. And I don't fully got down to the brass tacks of understanding why that was like that. But the Vespucci guy was an Italian explorer who named all this that we now call United States or North America, how you want, what is it, with Canada, United States, and Mexico is part of America. So it's North America. So it's an Italian explorer, which was a Christopher Columbus guy. You know how that worked out for the natives here. That's why the natives were so brutalized and beat down. They almost to the point that where they pretty much almost became extinct. At one time, these lands was full of natives, the people that were here. And I don't think they particularly thought about skin color or none of that. Right on, Canada. Can be racist, can be supremacist. What do you mean by that? Yeah, there you go. See, I mean, we got somebody in, we got a teacher in here that is something totally different. A Spaniard conqueror that okay. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he's a whole different ball of wax, you know what I mean? But I was just trying to explain to my Sereno brothers and sisters that follow the ideology of the politics of Sereno, that they leave that part of their history off and they try to start from that. You know what I mean? Something that was created by a Croatian guy. Well, not necessarily created. I can't remember the other guys that was involved in that, but he was part of that food chain, which he was Croatian, and he interjected that white supremacist ideology into a Mexican cadre. Cadre meaning a gang of guys that figured they had to protect their culture, their people in the prison system, right? So I'm glad you looked it up, bro. I'm glad you looked it up. It's all good. Why I can't. I don't know. You said you can't hear me? I don't know what that mean. Green me. What does that mean? When we was banging in the 70s and the 80s, we had RP's 38th Street Road with us. They had red flags, and then you had the other Mexican ride with the Raymond Crips. They were blue flags. I I can't him. What does that mean, Demon? What does that mean? All love, Eminem. Our Serrano brothers get it as wrong as much as the FBA family get it wrong. There's no way essays easy answers to this conversation. No, it's not. But what the brother Bozo did, he called us prejudice. He called us racist. He said we were racist as a people. Black people were racist. We're not. We've been fighting day one, bro. Day one to remain in this culture, remain in the system that was very tough and difficult for us as black people. Most of the people hate on us because just simple because of the color of our skin. Well, they do. You got some that identify as white, man. You know, they can anytime they want to, they can clean up, get a crew cut, change their dialect and to a real sharp spoken English, and they walk in, man, and they accept it into white culture. Just that simple for them. It's not that simple for us. Just that simple for them. See, man, I went over there with Al. Al is actually Greek, right? Born in Detroit. He say, "Made in Detroit, paid in L.A." That's what he said in his terminology there. We love it. Made in Detroit, paid in L.A. Man, we had a great time with that guy, man. And, he showed me a couple of things, and I'm gonna try them just to see if they work. But anyway, I don't want to hold you guys too much longer, as it's Friday. I'm a little bit tired, so I'm gonna go ahead and rest up, man. I got a couple of videos that I'm gonna put together for you guys in the coming days. One's when I went out there and found all the original East Side Crip and Compton Crips name struck up in the sidewalk right there. There's a whole big old, maybe about 8 feet of sidewalk with all these names in, and I'm surprised no one else has went over there and done this. Yeah, wait, man, you might have a point there, bro. But if you guys, anybody feeling their heart, they want to donate, put something in the chat, that's fine, or send me a cash up, that's fine too. I mean, it only helps me continue to do what I do. It helps me provide me with the gas money and the research tools and all this stuff to go because I had to go travel to get these. You know what I mean? I was up and down these blocks looking for this sidewalk, this chunk of sidewalk with all these names. I got out the car, parked the car, blocks down, was walking up. I'm walking up and down the sidewalks, looking, told he was there. You know what I mean? And finally, I ran into a guy. I said, "Hey man, you know what it's?" He said, "Yeah, man, it's over there in front of the apartment." So I'm talking. He's talking to another guy. He said, "Man, ain't nothing like that over there." He said, "Yeah, it's there." So the guy jumps off he gets on the scooter, rides over, he goes over there, and he starts shouting, "Yeah, man, it's here, it's here." And this is a guy that grew up over there in that neighborhood. He didn't realize that all this history was over there. Right on, Rodney. I appreciate you. All this history was over there in his neighborhood, in his community. He had no clue it was there, man. Once again, Mad Dog, Moto, Marcellus, Mac Thomas, Mad Bull, Black. I believe Rosette. Those are some of the few names that I saw, and we'll go over the rest of it. It is all love. but please try to get it right because when you do that broad swap, it's MX is yeah, you're right. I agree with you. I agree with you, man. I don't get. I kind of just ignored him, bro. I did. Eyeball. I just some things I just don't think is necessary. I don't think it's necessary because, like I said, man, everything I knew, everything I grew up with was Latino and black, everything with a few whites sprinkled in. My mom and dad first purchased their home, the whole block was white. There was only three black families on that block, and surely but surely, man, they started disappearing. Texas prison story, salute from Texas, right on Texas. What's going on, man? Yeah, they say that we should help them in the music industry, then in the music industry, but easy to put Frost and Boy from Brown Side out. Yeah, yeah. Did anyone watch the Capitol rise? Wasn't that something, man? But you know what, man? They still gonna justify it, bro. Trust and believe that. They're gonna justify their actions. They're gonna justify them, bro. Guaranteed. Peace to the Kid Mac family tree. Goops, Loco, Frog, Inglewood, Real, what is that? And Slick. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I saw that. That FBG guy. I saw that. That's man, unfathomable. You know what I mean? It was we sit up here, we bicker over little things, but yet we the biggest promoters and the biggest killers of black people. Black people are. No other people. So it's hard to me sometimes for me to argue our position when we do so much to our own selves. What's up, Texas Prison Story? What's up, man? Tap in with me, man, sometime, man. Leave me a message in the Hood Postman. We'll connect, bro. The Hood Postman on Instagram. Kakai. Hey, Kai. Yeah. What you got on your forehead? What's on his forehead? Oh, you gonna give me a sticker? Give me a sticker. Kakai, you got a sticker for Papa? No? We gotta clean up. Man, we got so much work to do as a people. It goes beyond measure. You got a sticker for me? Okay, we got to do so much with our people, so much in our culture, the culture competence, the culture responsibility, the culture awareness, all those things that need to happen. We need to be hyper focused on that. And we got to eliminate certain individuals that got to be removed out. Just, I don't know what we're going to do with them, but either they learn what to do or they got to get out the way. Simple. But I don't want to hold you guys too much. I appreciate everybody that came in and jumped in the chat this evening. It has been amazing. I am the Hood Postman, and you guys are the Mailroom Goons and the Mailroom Nation. Appreciate you. Be sure to click the notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below. When the dope content hit, it'll feel like it's the first 15. Man, be sure to click the thumbs up on the way out and on the way in. We appreciate you. Until then, man. Terrell, thanks for dropping by. Sean, I'm finna eat it now. Eyeball Torres, Big Lou, Chorus, Clockster, man. 30-year Texas. What was my guy name? Texas. I forgot his name already. King Tip Tip. What's up, bro? Marlena Williams. Frank Nitty. What's good, man? Haven't seen you in a minute. Texas prison stories. Yeah, there we go. Texas prison stories. Anybody wishing to get in contact with me, my guy Travis. What's up, Travis? Anybody wants to get in contact with me, send me a message on the Instagram, down on Instagram, the Hood Postman. I'll be there waiting. Until then, Marlena Williams, lock the door because we are gone. Out.